Hey everyone, it's Wednesday, July 19th, I believe, or the 20th. I think it's the 19th. I am back at the gym here. I'm going in. I have about an hour, and then I'm meeting friends for lunch. I'm super excited. We are going to a place called Blue Moose. It's kind of like an Applebee's or, any kind of bar and grill kind of place like that. So the last 4 days, we went to a Royals game, Kansas City Royals baseball game last night. And I knew I was going to, need some macros to eat what I wanted to eat there, and then turning around and having lunch with the ladies today. So probably for the past 5 days, I've been really watching the carbs and fats and really making sure my protein was right on point so that I could, hoard these macros, so to say. And then after we went last night, it was hot and, we had good seats. We were mostly in the shade. And when we got there, my husband and son got hot dogs right away. And they're like, "Do you want a hot dog?" And initially I was like, "Yeah." And then I just wasn't really feeling it. So I kind of waited a while. And then I'm like, all right, I need to eat something. I've got to have some sort of protein thing. So I went out, and my initial thought when I was hoarding all my macros was like, oh, I might have nachos or cheesy fries, or just really enjoy some ballpark food. And then I just really wasn't feeling like having that. And that's okay. I wasn't specifically tracking for that. I just knew that it was going to be a high carb, high fat meal. So, and then once we got to the stand or the, food area, I wasn't feeling a hot dog. I ended up getting a hamburger, which it was a cheeseburger. And I really wasn't feeling an $8 hot dog, to be honest with you. So I settled for a $7 or a $6.50 burger. And literally it was like a burger. I didn't get fries. I didn't get chips. I wasn't feeling any of that. So maybe because it was getting later in the night too, I'm not sure. But, it was literally like the white bun, the Kraft single cheese, which isn't really my cup of tea, and the hamburger patty. And then you could add your own condiments, which was kind of nice because I wasn't having to order, like, please don't put the mayo on there, blah, blah, blah. So I added just a slight bit of ketchup, mostly mustard, and a wee bit of relish. And then as I was eating, I do not really enjoy the Kraft singles cheese. I don't know what it is about it. I like American cheese, but there's something about that to me is so overly processed that it just wasn't worth it for me. So I ended up peeling off most of it. And then I'm one of those people, I don't know about you all, but I never quite eat the whole bun. It's like I finish the hot dog or I'll finish a hamburger, and then there's like, that part of the bun or whatever that's always left over. I never eat that. And usually even if I'm eating a hot dog, I will like tear off that first part of the bun because the hot dog never seems to be there. And then I take a bite, and then pretty soon the next thing you know, you're back to like mostly bun. I tear that off. So I probably end up eating, a little over half of the bun. So, and then that was it. When I got home, I really was feeling like having something else. I was a little bit short on my protein. I thought about a cellular core bar, but it had quite a bit of fat from where I was at already in the day. Even though I had tried to be pretty low fat, but it had good protein, so I kind of hem-hawed about that. It was like 15 minutes to midnight. I'm like, do I want to just go to bed and save these macros for tomorrow? And I said yes. Then I came upstairs because I keep my protein bars downstairs just so it's like, if I have to go downstairs to get it, I have to think about it a little bit more. So then I got upstairs. I'm like, well, I could have a rice cake with some almond butter. So the rice cake, pretty decent. Still, still pretty decent macros. And then I looked at the almond butter. I'm like, okay, 2 tablespoons. Maybe I'll just have 1. And then by the time I really looked at it, I might as well have had the protein bar. So then in my mind, I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna eat half of that. So I did. That was enough to really tie me over, got me to bed, and then I've been up this morning. I'm still hoarding a little. I had some carbs because I'm getting ready to go and work out, and I need a little bit of carbs. Like, I just have to. And an egg. Oh, so I had an English muffin, the double protein, and an egg. And then my yolk kind of got cooked, which I don't like cooked yolks, like where it's not runny anymore. So I kind of scraped part of that off. I did not do any cheese because I'm saving, like I said, all this for my lunch. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to get there. I keep talking to myself in between. Like, maybe I could get a fried chicken salad. Maybe I could have a chicken sandwich. Maybe I'll want a hamburger again, like a really good hamburger. Will I want fries? Do they have sweet potato fries? So do I want cheese? Do I not want cheese? I don't know. I'm really thinking I watched Jen Heward's video yesterday and was talking about, like eating out with friends, and she had some really good points of, if you're going to track your macros, then plan ahead, kind of know what you're going to have and stick to it, or don't track, just go enjoy the meal, don't worry about it, and don't track. But I think if you're somebody that has tracked your macros for a little bit of time, even if you don't, it's like, how can you, I don't know, it's so hard not to put it in MyFitnessPal because you've been, now in a habitual state, it's become a habit to track that food. And even if you don't put it in there, it's like being dishonest, I guess. I mean, not that going and having this one meal is going to throw you completely off the rails. For some people, like I said, I'm not in any kind of prep, so it's not that big of a deal. So I just go and totally enjoy it, and it is what it is. Do I go and try to make some mindful choices with it? I don't know. I'm going to think about it here a little bit more when I'm working out, and it'll depend on how I'm feeling when I get there and what are some options are. Maybe I will just, go all in, but still have a couple healthy thinking with it as well. So a little bit of modification, or maybe I'll just have it as is, sometimes you just have to. So anyway, I'm going to run in, I'm going to work out, I'm going to have lunch with the ladies, and then I have to go to the grocery store and a couple of other errands. So I may catch you later. Talk to you soon. If you haven't been to the gym, get there. If you haven't made mindful eating choices, do it today. Remember, you're worth it. Find your one thing. Everyone, it's Thursday. It's a new day. I wasn't able to recap my total caloric intake from yesterday, not just calories but macros and everything, after eating at the Blue Moose with the ladies. I kind of want to let you know what I then did for dinner and to get as close to my protein goal as I can. As I've said before, I loosely track my macros, and by that I mean still being responsible with the tracking of the macros, but I'm not, every dollop of ketchup and just in general, I'm trying to really hit that protein goal, watch the carbs, and watch the fat. That to me is loosely tracking. I'm 90% tracking and 10% I'm not. And as I said, I'm still making the kind of differences that I want to make to myself. And so as long as it's working, it's working. Let me see if I can juggle this and pull up for you on my phone kind of what it ended up looking like from yesterday. Something's been going on with my phone. I don't know exactly what it is, but other than just annoying. More so than anything. Yesterday when I was trying to get to the Blue Moose, my GPS kept doing wacky things, and it was just crazy. So I had my double protein English muffin with just a large egg, and actually my egg white got mostly cooked, so I ended up not tracking the whole egg for that. Then my lunch, I wasn't able to pull up exactly, but I think it panned out to about 854 calories, 112 carbs, 32 fat, and 31 protein for my lunch. So then for my dinner, I did what would have normally have been my second breakfast, which was my 4 egg whites, 4 cups of baby spinach, and a cup and a half of zucchini. And then I still had my protein waffle, which is 22 protein. So my overall track for the day was 1,262 calories. Hi. 32 fat, 31. Good gravy. What is this showing me? And why is it being so wacky? I don't know. Let's try this again. 1,262 calories, 149 carbs, 38 fat, 81 protein. So I was still about 20 grams short on my protein. I could have drank a protein shake, but to be real honest with you, I wasn't hungry, and I wasn't really going to force myself to eat just to meet those macros, especially when my carbs were on the high side for me. I do allow myself 150 carbs. But I really rarely hit that. I consider that a pretty high carb day. I actually thought I would be over 150, so I was decent with that. My fats, I usually try to keep it 30 and under, so 38, I knew I was going to go over a bit, and I don't ever really care too much about my calories. If you look back through my
diary of days. There are many days that I am in the 800, 900. There are days that I'm at 1,000. There are days that I'm at 1,200. I mean, I'm really looking to hit my macros more than anything. Here was a day it was 805 calories, yeah. And I was still at 93 protein, which is pretty good. I try to get around 100. My fat was good. My carbs were super low. So I'm seeing changes, which is the main thing. I've been excited about my workouts. I've decided that every 6 weeks or so, I'm going to change up, add in some different things, take out some things, just do some changing. And I was really excited yesterday for my leg workout. I wasn't uber sore yesterday, but I was really trying to do the things that I was incorporating, which was the hip thrusts and the cable pull throughs. I wasn't going super heavy on those. I did heavy, but probably not as heavy as I could have, because I was really trying to master the form. And I think that's really important when you try a new exercise. If you've never done bicep curls, and you could do 30 pounds, it's probably best to just maybe start at the 15, just to really get that form down. Or you might be slugging around some 30s and, number one, not really getting the benefit out of them, and number two, maybe causing yourself an injury. So I am going to still definitely make sure that I hit my protein 100 or above today. Definitely lower carbs today. I don't necessarily feel like I need to go super low, and I'm just going to track that fat. Try to keep it 30 and under for today. But I feel really good. I don't feel guilty about having the meals that I had, about having the hamburger at the baseball game. I don't feel guilty about what I ate with the lunch with the ladies yesterday. I just felt, I guess, normal, which there isn't much that's normal about me, but I felt really normal. I am going to be working on a protein Rice Krispie treat. I got some things for it yesterday, and maybe a protein kind of s'mores. I know there's a lot of them out there on YouTube, and some of them are good. Some of the people that do the protein ones, to me, I see a lot of just making it normal and adding some protein in there, or counting, well, I'm adding peanut butter, but the macros on it just aren't super friendly for someone like me. So, when one square is, 100 carbs, and I'm trying to, eat around 100 carbs for the day, that doesn't really, and that's my choice. I understand if you are a huge dude, that's awesome. That's a great pre-workout for you, but it's not necessarily what would be best for the ladies. And I know I could eat probably a fourth of one of those, but then I feel like I'm getting like a Hershey Kiss as opposed to a real crispy treat square or a s'more serving. So anyway, so I'm going to play with that. If I come up with something good, then I will try to incorporate it in this video. If not, then this will be wrapping up the culmination from yesterday. I hope you're having a great day. I hope that you have gotten to the gym today or done something physical for yourself. I hope that you are getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. And then I heard another good quote the other day. I love quotes. That if you want to see, or you want to make something different, you have to do something different. So if you want your body to look different, you have to do something different. If you want your health to be different, you've got to do something different. So step outside your comfort zone, find your inner child, you're worth it, all those things. Find your one thing today, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.